numbers don't lie. So let's talk about some unfortunate figures. 1.3 million people are killed on roads every year. Of those, we have 500 children who die every single day. If you do the math, that compounds to about one child every 3 minutes. And to make things worse, Africa has the highest road fatalities in the world. Now, we are sorry to start things off on a gloomy note, but we'll get into a bit more detail on how exactly we can change this as we continue with the program. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official launch of the Safe Steps initiative. I'll be your host, George Ndirango, running this show here, and then we'll have the main stage where you get to see just a few more faces as the program goes on. To all of you joining from Africa and Asia, here we say Karibu, to mean welcome. I'll tell you exactly why I'm your virtual pedestrian today. Remember when we were younger and we used to be told, before you cross a road, look miles apart from what we were taught. See what I did there? Now, as we continue today, we'll get to understand why crossing a busy street is both hectic and dangerous, and what exactly is being done to ensure that every step we take is safe. So we're doing that, of course, in partnership. And, of course, key addresses from Prudential Kenya and the Prudence Foundation. And we'll be giving away the road. Remember to talk to us in the comment section. We'll pick up what you're saying. Tell us how you're feeling. Tell us what you think about any of what is said during today's program, any of the performances. Just let us know and we'll pick them up from the comment section. Now, since we started off on a gloomy note, let's liven the mood a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 4-time winner of Afrima and other awards, featured in Top 40 Under 40, of course, in Business Daily, has appeared in over 100 TV and radio shows, including the BBC, at just 19. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nikita Kering. Of course, as we mentioned, we'll be having her perform Prudence and the Prudential Foundation coming together with the Didier Drogba initiative.
Thank you very much, Zachary. And as you can hear, we are absolutely safe. I'd like to encourage us all to keep social distance.
Right. So now that we've all gotten a sense of why exactly we're here, which is the Safe Steps initiative, I think we can now jump into what should be one of the most interesting ways to start any particular event. We've been to many, but I don't think we've kick-started any of them like this. So, Nikita Kering, the person coming on stage, he's a 4-time winner of Afrima and other awards, featured in the Top 40 Under 40 for Business Daily, that's also domiciled here in Nairobi, Kenya, and of course has appeared in over 100 TV and radio interviews, including the BBC, where she has come and blown it out the park, of course, in regards to her contribution to music in the scene and what exactly she's going to push on with carrying the scene even globally. So, coming up on stage, we will have Nikita Kering. Right. On the main stage, of course, immediately after we see Nikita Kering, we'll have Terian Chebet, who's also a renowned moderator, a renowned anchor within the region, and of course, Sub-Saharan Africa, whose expertise has been expanded to the rest of the world. So, Terian Chebet will be carrying on with the rest of the program. We'll get to hear throughout about the Safe Steps Road Safety Campaign. We'll also get to hear from the Executive Director for Partnership, Pamela Sitoni. And of course, a lot more of the people that we cannot quite reveal for now. We'll save that and let you build that anxiety as we continue. But as we mentioned, and as we get on, I know we've dilly-dallied and we were trying to keep you on the edge of your seat, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we have award-winning singer, Nikita Kering.
Because this is the...
Kindly help me sing the Prudential anthem.
Actually, I have a spray.
We all share the same destination. We all work together as one. In this place, there's only one vision, and that's to be the number.
For making time to join us, 18 of our people on Kenyan roads. In 2021, that number went up by 23%, and we lost 19,571 people last year. Greenfield numbers, as I'm sure you will agree. At Prudential, in line with our purpose, we want to be part of the efforts to cause change to how motorists and pedestrians use roads. Through Prudential's community investment arm, the Prudence Foundation, we have share information on road safety and use through a campaign called Safe Steps. By partnering with the Nation Media Group, one of the leading media houses in Kenya and the region, we are confident that we will be able to share the life-saving gospel of safe use of the road by both motorists and pedestrians. At Prudential, we are passionate about people and our community, and throughout our history, which spans over 2 centuries, we have demonstrated that we stand with people through the bad day. I remember growing up, my mom always told me that you need to prepare for that rainy day, and I always wondered what that rainy day meant. But I think through the last couple of years, or the time that I've spent in insurance, I've come to believe that as insurers, our responsibility is to demonstrate that we are there during that rainy day. Now, in the course of our history as Prudential, we have been there through that rainy day for people. At the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we instituted a free cover for all our customers, our staff, and our agents. Through the Prudence Foundation, we were able to provide COVID relief funds to help ease the lives of people affected by lockdown measures, and we will be providing more relief in the coming weeks. I am confident that through our Safe Steps partnership, we will be in a position to save lives and to enable more Kenyans to live healthier and longer lives. Partnering with a media giant, such as the Nation Media Group, allows us to ensure that the carefully crafted Safe Steps road safety messages reach as many people as possible in Kenya. We not only have partnered with the Nation Media Group in Kenya, we've also, through the content that we've developed through our Prudence Foundation, partnered with the IFRC in order to be able to bring this curriculum home and ensure that the content that we will be providing through our partnership does allow us to provide the information that's required to fulfill this endeavor. I would like to express my immense gratitude to all of you for buying into our shared vision. Asanteni sana for coming this morning. Good morning to all of you.
Thank you very much for your welcome remarks, Gwen. I'm also made aware that we've got a great international audience joining us online as well from across Africa and Asia as well. So I'd like to welcome you all as well. And I'd love us in the room to be part of the online conversation as well. Do join us at Prudential Kenya on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. The handles, the hashtags we're using today is Safe Steps Road Safety Africa and Safe Steps Launch. Once you follow at Prudential Kenya on Twitter and the other social media handles, you will be able to follow that conversation. Well, without much further ado, I'd like to welcome Pamela Makotsi Sitoni. Pamela is a senior editor with more than 20 years experience in the media in East Africa. Currently, executive editor, partnerships at the Nation Media Group, Ms. Sitoni has held several leadership positions. She has served as managing editor of the Daily Nation, managing editor of the East African, and the managing editor of the Standard. Let's give a warm welcome.
Everyone. Prudential executives present here today, colleagues from the media, and all protocol observed. It's an honor to be here on behalf of Nation Media Group to be part of the Safe Steps Road Safety Campaign. I am sure that there isn't anyone in this room who hasn't been affected by the loss of a loved one, either a family member, a friend, a colleague, through a road accident. And therefore, this initiative speaks to all of us at a very personal level. And unfortunately, when we hear about road deaths or accidents, it's always about the statistics. It's always a nameless man who was hit, a nameless border rider, a nameless child. If you're lucky, the family will be named. But it's the truth comes home to the families that are affected and the people that are left to deal with the anguish and the pain. So, ladies and gentlemen, they have been saved in 2021 alone. These are lives of fathers, mothers, children, friends, and co-workers. Families would have been saved millions of shillings in hospital bills, and individuals would still be making a living in their businesses or jobs, and others would still be able to walk. As you have heard from Wayne, last year alone, Kenya recorded a huge increase, almost 24% increase in road accidents between January and November, resulting in 19,571 casualties and a loss of approximately 400 billion shillings to the economy due to hospital bills, insurance claims, and job losses. Regrettably, most of these accidents are preventable. A majority are attributed to speeding, dangerous overtaking, distracted or drunk driving, lack of safety gear, and so on. And I'm sure that even as I speak, each of us in this room has had a chance to witness the bad habits that lead to the rise in accidents. You've seen in Kenya, matatus driving on the wrong side of the road, a pedestrian jumping over a barrier to run across a busy highway, or a truck driving at breakneck speeds. Yet, research from across the world indicates that road safety campaigns play a key role in creating awareness about the habits that lead to reduce the incidence of road accidents, be they behavior change, social persuasion, or fear-based campaigns. The Nation Media Group is therefore very honored to partner with Prudence Foundation and other partners in this Safe Steps Road Safety Campaign as we provide simple, clear, life-saving educational messages targeted at not just the Kenyan market, but Africa and the entire world. As a group, we've been involved in the drive to make our roads safer in various ways. We've conducted investigations into citizens' road behavior. We've run stories across our platforms from our newsplex, which creates simple to understand infographics to paint a picture of the situation on the ground, to print publications such as the Daily Nation, the East African, and the Business Daily, and our broadcast stories on our NTV channel, to our websites. All these are aimed at behavior, infrastructure, or policy changes. We've also collaborated with various institutions across the region in road safety campaigns, such as the annual Twedeco Road Safety Campaign in Uganda, to Kenyan campaigns run by government and corporate institutions. As the official media partner We are invested in enhancing awareness among our citizenry and our fellow Africans and different stakeholders, including children and teenagers who make up about 20% of road accident victims. As a result, we shall run this awareness campaign on our print publications, TV, and radio stations, targeting pedestrians, drivers, border riders, and anybody on the road. In addition, we shall run cartoon strips in our junior sport children's pull-out and on our TV stations that will educate our children on road safety. We are hopeful that this partnership will drive lifelong behavior change among Kenyans and Africans, and as a result, lead to reduced road accidents, fewer casualties and injuries. I urge, on behalf of Nation Media Group, other companies to come on board this campaign to drive a multi-stakeholder approach towards road safety. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Pamela. And as Pamela said, we have all been affected in Nairobi Spinal Injury Hospital and came back home in 1990. So that really does change, the family setup and what happens in a home. So, for all of us, it is something that we must take personally, because there's something that you can do that can save the life of somebody else. And just looking at the reach of the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa, all the videos and materials are featured on the website, that's safesteps.com, and can be downloaded for free for distribution in local communities. So, wherever you are, please share this information widely. You never know who you will be able to save. Asia since 2013. Prudence Foundation focuses on programs that enhance education, health, and safety across communities in Asia and Africa. Prior to this role, Mark served as head of government relations for Prudential Corporation Asia for 7 years. He has been instrumental in the development, implementation, and partnerships of all programs under Prudence Foundation.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Pamela Satoni, Executive Director, Partnerships, Nation Media Group, friends and colleagues from Prudential Kenya and Africa Regional Hub, in particular Mr. Wolf Blackburn, Regional CEO, Prudential Insurance Growth Markets, Arjun Malik, Regional CEO, Eastern Central Africa, Nick Holder, our Chief Operating Officer of Prudential Regional Hub, Gwen Kanisu, CEO of Prudential Kenya, Ace Magia, CEO of Prudential. So my name is Mark Fancy. I'm the Executive Director of Prudence Foundation, which is the charitable arm of Prudential in Asia and Africa, and based here in Hong Kong. As a life insurance company, Prudential has a commitment to the health and financial well-being of individuals and families across both Asia and Africa. This spans 13 markets in Asia and 8 markets in Africa. And Prudential has been providing protection and financial security to millions of families for over 100 years, helping people get the most out of life. Now, likewise, the mission of Prudence Foundation, our community investment arm, aims to bring safety and protection to as many people as possible. The foundation aims to make lasting contributions to Asian and African communities through sustainable, long-term initiatives that focus primarily on education, health, and safety. And as part of that, Safe Steps is one of our flagship programs developed to save lives through simple, easy-to-follow educational messages and advice. Now, the Safe Steps Road Safety Campaign was first launched in 2016 in Asia, with actress Michelle Yeoh as ambassador and in partnership with National Geographic and International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, or the IFRC. Is this so important? Well, we've heard the statistics already, but I'll just reiterate some of them because it is quite shocking. Globally, each year 1.3 million people are killed in road crashes. More shocking, road crashes are the #1 killer of young people aged 5 to 29 years old in the world. And across Africa, more cyclists and pedestrians are killed each year than anywhere else in the world, representing 44% of global mortalities, to be precise. And unfortunately, more people are killed across the roads in Africa than any other region in the world. But I think what is most tragic is that this is actually a man-made problem, with most road traffic injuries and deaths being very avoidable. So by increasing awareness and reinforcing education to the public on a regular and consistent basis, this will make a difference and can save lives. So what exactly is Safe Steps Road Safety Camp? Speed, pedestrian, motorcycle, and drink driving. And through partnering with Nation Media Group, these will be broadcast across a variety of networks to reach as big an audience as possible, to be able to drive awareness and reinforce that education on a very regular basis. And in addition to the public service announcements, there'll be radio edits, broadcast on Nation FM, content promoted across Nation Media, Taifa Leo, Young Nation, to name a few newspapers, as well as across the social media platforms, the Nation Media Group. So it's a great pleasure for us to be able to partner with Nation Media Group, as well as the Drogba Foundation and the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies in Kenya. We all have a role to play in road safety, and we hope that these collective efforts, to which we remain committed for the long term, will help drive greater road safety across the country and lead to fewer lives being lost. On behalf of Prudence Foundation, I wish to convey my sincere thanks to all of you for being here today, and I hope you all help us on this very worthy mission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Mark. Mark Fancy is the Executive Director of the Prudence Foundation, and he was joining us live from Hong Kong. I'd like to now welcome back on stage Nikita Kering. Nikita will be performing for us a song called I Am Changing. Let's give her a warm round of applause as she prepares to join us on stage.
Check. I am changing. I'll be better than I am. I am changing. I'll be the best I can. And I'm trying to work it out. I know I can, but I need you. I need a hand. I am changing, seeing everything so clear. I am changing, and I'm gonna start right here, right now. I said I need a friend to help me out, and I know I can, but I need you. I need a hand. All my life I've been a fool who said I could do it all alone. How many good friends have I already lost? I'll be better than I am. I am changing. I'm gonna start right here, right now. But I need a friend, oh, to help me out. I know I am, and this time I am. Oh, this time I am. And I am changing. Trying every way I can. Said I am changing.
Right, ladies and gents, that was Nikita Gary, of course, award-winning singer, performing right here on the main stage. Let's carry on with a bit of the program. We did mention we have some interesting interviews happening. Of course, we've heard from the main speakers. Today we'll have some questions, and we would have the trivia, so that's coming in just a bit. Just a quick read in terms of job losses, insurance claims, and of course hospital bills. So the Safe Steps, of course, initiative comes to work on bits of that and ensure that as we move forward, these things are tackled very deliberately. We heard from Gwen Kinusu, the CEO of Prudential Kenya, giving us those particular numbers that I've just mentioned. We also heard from Pamela Sitoni, the Executive Director for Partnerships at NMG,
Wow.
and of course Mark Fancy, the
absolutely
Executive Director of
beautiful?
Prudence Foundation, who was joining from Hong Kong. Now, to speak to us about what exactly we'll be working on and how exactly this partnership and the initiative will carry on, we'd just like to hear a bit more from Umu Mohammed, who's lead marketing for Prudential. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Right, so the numbers are so many, and we know that this is a huge undertaking. Of course, having all these people and all trying to wrap our minds around how do we reduce the numbers moving forward. Tell us a bit about the Safe Steps
PLC, and they have several programs running through the foundation, and of course it's natural that all programs that run through Asia and Africa will automatically reach Kenya. And I'm happy to say this is our time. So the Safe Steps Road Safety campaign has already been launched in 2 other markets in Africa. As you know, we already exist in 8 markets in Africa. So we already launched in Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, and this year in Q1 we wanted to launch in Kenya. And why this is important, because I mean we all share the same purpose, from the Prudence Foundation to the Prudential business, where we want to help people get the most out of life, and we also want to build.
Excuse me. Gosh, Nikita is such a hard act to follow, so please bear with me. Sorry. Thank you. Risk Communications and CEO Delegate for COVID-19, International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, Matthias Bizana da Silva. Executive Editor, Partnerships, Nation Media Group, Pamela Sitoni. Government road safety bodies, members of the press, Prudential Regional CEO, East and Central Africa, Arjun Malik. Prudential Kenya CEO, Gwen Kinusu. To the many friends and colleagues from Prudential Kenya and the Prudential, welcome all of you here today to the launch of Safe Steps Road Safety. This program was launched in Asia in 2016, and in 2019, starting in Cote d'Ivoire. And we've subsequently introduced it in Cameroon, Zambia, and Ghana. And today, I'm really pleased to be able to launch it here in Kenya. Kenya is one of Prudential's 8 current markets in Africa. And we've been in Africa now for almost a decade, and we're present in 7 other countries. That's Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Nigeria, Ghana, Zambia, and Uganda. And we support 2.4 million customers through a distribution network of more than 13,000 agents and 600 branches. So what, may you ask, what role does an insurer play in road safety? Well, of course, living fulfilled lives is not just about financial security, it's also about feeling physically safe. And road injuries are, of course, the biggest cause of death among children and young adults worldwide. America has the highest rate of road traffic deaths in the entire world. So without sustained action, road traffic crashes are predicted to become the 7th leading cause of death by 2030. The good news here is that we can reverse this trend, and we can prevent many of these future accidents and deaths. And this is where Safe Steps road safety comes in, by providing clear and simple life-saving information on common areas, such as drink driving, speed limits, and seat belts. International Federation of the Red Cross and the Red Crescent Societies. In Africa, we work with the Drogba Foundation to provide easy-to-understand educational information. And in the markets that we have already launched the Safe Steps road safety, we work with local partners who have the knowledge, the experience, and the capabilities to reach local communities. And here in Kenya, we're absolutely delighted to have partnered with the Nation Media Group, one of the largest media organizations in the country, to provide road safety awareness and educational information to millions, if not tens of millions, of Kenyans. Now, many of us are familiar with the African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child." Similarly, it takes a collective group of organizations and individuals coming together for a common code safe and to save the many, many lives of the people in Kenya. So I'd like to finish by thanking all of you for coming here today and for your support. Asante.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blackman, for your keynote speech and for leading the team in delivering what is surely going to change the lives of many Africans and Kenyans as well. And I must say, Mr. Blackman, when you're done with insurance, you need to call me. I think you may have a job in radio. Am I the only one who felt that? You do have an amazing voice. I think when you're done, let's talk. I'd like to remind you once again that there is a great conversation going on online. Please follow Prudential Kenya on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and be part of the online conversation as well. And now we are coming to the main part of the program, where we'll signify the partnership as well as the launch of the road safety, Safe Steps road safety. I would like to welcome up on stage Pamela Sitoni and Gwen Kinisu to come up for our signing, and thereafter I'll call a few of you as well to join us up on stage. Pamela and Gwen, let's give them a warm round of applause, and this will signify the launch of Safe Steps road safety. Remember, as we say, all the materials, that's video and all other materials, featured on the website, that's safesteps.com, and can be downloaded for free distribution in local communities. All content is available in both English and French. So you... Arjun Malik, CEO East and Central Africa, Nick Holder, COO Prudential Africa, and Mr. Blackburn. Please join us up on stage so we can take photographs together and mark the official launch of our program. Ladies and gentlemen, and this marks the official launch of the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa, which provides easy to understand educational information on the most common areas for road safety. That's distracted driving, Congratulations to the Prudential team and Nation Media Africa Group for making this amazing program that will save the lives of millions of Kenyans. Ladies and gentlemen, and that marks the end of our launch this morning. I'd like to thank each and every one of us that made it to be here. I'd like to thank all our guests, Nikita Kering, Pamela Sitoni, Executive Editor for Partnership, Mark Fancy, and at this point I'd like to hand it over to Georgie Ndirangu, who has been managing our guests. Platforms. And with that, we mark the end of our breakfast this morning.
Right, a huge thank you to Terry and Chebet, who was on the main stage. Of course, before we wrap from Wolf Blackburn, who's the regional CEO of the PCA. There we have officially launched the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa program, of course, and everything that comes with it. Now, before we go on with the trivia, I have to acknowledge all of you who are joining from different parts of the world. So let's read some of these. So we have Raymond Ngoma. Thank you, Raymond, for joining us all the way from Zambia. Pastor Utindo from Bondo State Lodge. Evelyn Juma, who says, and of course we have others, Bungoma County, David Haemba, Brian Burt, watching from Kisumu, Kenya. Winfrey says she's super duper proud, of course, of this initiative, and we all are. As we've seen with the case with the launch and what was mentioned before, what we're trying to do is reverse the trend. Wolf did speak about the number of fatalities in Africa being among the top. So as we move on and with this particular initiative, we hope that these numbers will reduce moving forward. We do have this video, and we can always check on this particular day to see what was discussed and see how we can move it on moving forward. It mentioned we'd have the trivia, so we hope all of you have been listening. here are some of the questions that we'd like to ask, and then I'll get into an interview and then come back to the answers. So what we're going to do is I'll ask a question. You write in the comments what you think is the answer. I hope you've been listening. And then immediately after the interview, we'll come back to the questions. Right? Something special for you. So, question number 1. What is the name of the Prudential PLC Community Investment Arm? We've discussed this. We've said what it is. What is the name of the Prudential PLC Community Investment Arm? Please just write in the comments on YouTube. I see all of you have been here, so just write what you think. What is the Prudential PLC Community Investment Arm? Question number 2. What continent has the highest road fatality rate? Is it Africa or is it Asia? So just answer that. What continent has the highest road fatality rate? And number 3, where was the investment arm? What continent has the highest road fatality rate? Is it Africa or Asia? Number 3, where was the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa program first launched and in what year? And number 4, lastly, who is the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa ambassador? Perfect. So we have all those. Make sure you write your answers in the comment section, and then we'll pick them up right after this interview. So, joining us now, we have the NMG representative, Kenya. Her name is Kenya, from the Corporate Affairs Manager, to just guide us through some of these questions as we finalize. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much,
It's a pretty exciting day, yeah?
It really is, and we are very glad, to be part of this movement.
Right, sounds good. So, of course, media, and we've mentioned about awareness as we kicked off the campaign, but what do you think is the key role? Media has been speaking about the fatalities and what's been happening, of course, reporting severe cases and the losses, you name it. But what do you think is the role of media now within this campaign?
Okay, so for that, I'll start with what the reason NMG was launched for. So NMG was launched to be able to be a voice to the voiceless and to positively influence and transform societies. And I think that is the role of media right there, to positively transform society by amplifying the messages from the Safe Steps campaign across audiences. So ideally what we will then do is that we will have the messages, the simple, clear messages that have been mentioned, and then put them up across our different broadcast, print and digital platforms, and ensure that we are running them to the target audiences as necessary, and then amplify those messages to them and talk about the things that need to change, and then offer solutions to what are the safe road behaviors for the different target audiences that are needed, so that we do not then again come back next year at the end of 2022 to report another 4,000 deaths, because that's crazy. So ideally, again, our role as media to amplify the messaging and target the messaging to the various audiences and the various road users.
Perfect. As a final question, of course, being also part of the media, one of the issues is normally the person receiving the word from the media, who's the audience, right? What kind of engagement do you think would work, or what would we want the audience to kind of shift in terms of their mindset in also spreading this message on road safety?
Okay, so ideally then goes back to the messaging that we're talking about. Once we then are able to communicate the messages, then we want that to be amplified by the stakeholders. So I'll give the example of children. Children watch cartoons, or they read cartoon or comic strips, right? So then once we're able to put those particular messages on Cartoon Network in their own communities, and that's ideally what we're planning to do, have targeted communication for each and every audience, each and every road user, and then have them drive that engagement from that particular point. So it has to be simple, it has to be speaking to them, it has to be relevant, it has to be something that is actionable, and then once we have that, have them continue to amplify the messaging as well.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
23rd of February is the date we've put as the milestone, so we'll check in with you a few months from now, or even a year from now.
That sounds good to us.
Absolutely
Thank
perfect.
you.
Thank you very much. Let's now go to some of the questions that we've been asking. Of course, we did mention that we had some trivia questions. We had pushed over to you to just get a sense on whether exactly you were paying attention as we carried on with the Safe Steps initiative and the campaign. Of course, we have spoken about the key role of media and what the particular industry holders, industry players and the stakeholders will be doing in regards to that, to make sure it's not just talking, but ensuring that we have a lot of practicality on ground. Now, on ground, we have a bit of feedback about what's been happening. Let me just read some of the names. Janet Halua, Faith Khan, the Hampers. One of them is Lydia Fury. So Lydia Fury answered number 1, 2, and 3 correctly. So what is the name of the Prudential PLC Community Investment Arm? Lydia said it was a Prudence Foundation. Very correct. We also have what continent has the highest road fatality rate? Is it Africa or Asia? Lydia was the first to say Africa. Of course, Janet Sakala mentioned, but it was just one answer. So Lydia Fury went ahead for number 3. Where was the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa program first launched, and in what year? We had Janet Sakala picked that one and said Asia in 2016. Of course, Lydia Fury came back. Who is the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa ambassador? That is Didier Drogba. So the winners for the hampers are, drum rolls please, Lydia Fury and Janet Sakala. So of course Prudential will make sure that they get your details based off of the names that you've given on YouTube. We'll make sure you get your details and you get your hampers, and whatever Prudential feels like will be commensurate for your answers, they will make sure they make you feel special as well. So Janet Sakala is the ultimate winner. So thank you to all of you who have participated in the trivia and all of you who tuned in from different parts of the world. As we wrap up, of course, I do have to mention all of you have been following, so thank you so much for that, and for everyone who joined in even here on stage and giving us their knowledge and insights on what exactly we need to do moving forward. Now, the Safe Steps Road Safety Africa program will focus on 3 thematic topics: so natural disasters, road safety, and first aid. To all of you who want to see what's happening, all videos and materials are featured on the website www.safesteps.com in 2 languages, English and French, and can be downloaded for free to also be distributed in local communities in whatever language you feel works for your particular community. As we wrap up, my name is George Ndurango. It's definitely been a pleasure being your virtual pedestrian today. Just like Terry Ann said, be sure to mind your step, mind every turn, drive cautiously, and drive very consciously. You might be the best driver, but the person incoming or the person driving with you is not, or might not be quite as aware, so please drive consciously. Thank you for walking with me as we officially launch the Safe Steps campaign. See you next time.
Form of transport. If you're a rider or a passenger, always wear a helmet. Make sure it's good quality with clear vision and fits well with the straps done up. Always be aware of bigger vehicles around you. Stay out of the blind spots. Avoid weaving between vehicles and across lanes. Keep a safe distance from other motorists. This gives you enough time to react in dangerous situations. So when you're on the road, follow these safe steps and help save lives. We all have a role to play in road safety. Together, let's make Africa's road safer.